This is me before my struggles with self-loathing and self-limiting beliefs began. These thought patterns negatively impact my self-esteem and often lead to poor decision-making. That is, decisions that do not reflect my true identity, which in return creates even more inner conflict. A vicious cycle I am attempting to end through various artistic mediums, my own form of expressive arts therapy that happens to coincide with the most isolated time of my life, the pandemic of 2020. I struggle with depression and have struggled with suicidal ideation. These recurring battles are activated by my personal experiences with rejection, violence, coercion, and disillusionment sparked by witnessing hatred in our society. As a counselor, I have supported others as they navigate these same struggles, but until this moment, I remained silent about my mental health journey, falsely assuming my vulnerabilities would discredit my reputation as a counseling professional. After thorough processing of the most traumatic events of my life, I formed the conclusion that the opposite is true. The more honest and open we are about our human experiences, the more healing can occur as a whole. It's our unity that gives us strength, not division. Personally, when I encountered severe trauma like sexual assault, I froze and stayed silent out of shame. As I began speaking out to my loved ones about my concealed past, the debilitating power these memories had over me began to leave my body, which is not to say it has not been an extraordinarily painful process of digging deep and coming clean. Once I began to develop my sense of agency, I uncovered a disturbing truth. I allowed rejection to control my opinion of my worth. Essentially, I never fully accepted myself for who I am. I have been seeking approval or acceptance to tell me that I am good enough, when all I ever really needed was to believe in my own worth, my own acceptance. I was rejected by the gifted program at my school despite having a qualifying IQ score because classroom evaluations indicated that I was too energetic, disruptive. I began to hate the chatty and outgoing parts of my personality. The former class clown became the teacher's pet in attempts to earn their approval. I was never admitted into the gifted program despite my best efforts. I was rejected by Missouri Scholars Academy despite having my school's nomination. If I recall correctly, the other 2 students who were in our school's gifted program were admitted, which only added to the growing belief that I was not intelligent enough. I began to obsessively strive for not just an A on all coursework, but to achieve 100% perfection in all academic areas. I became my harshest critic, and I was never fully satisfied with even perfect achievements. I still told myself that I was not enough. I was rejected by Missouri Fine Arts Academy despite having my school's only nomination. Living in a town of 1,000, I viewed the academy as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to perform with the best musicians and music instructors from around the state, the chance to prove to doubters that music was a viable career option. The rejection was profound. I began to believe I was not talented enough. I sought to find the most challenging pieces of music simply to prove my abilities, often missing the joy of performance, the true purpose of sharing song. I began to seriously doubt my identity as a singer. I allowed the rejection to confirm the voices of doubt whispering in my ear that my desire to become a performing artist was just a silly dream, not something that could be achieved on earth. I felt rejected by the person I loved. Having experienced rape and numerous abusive relationships by the time we met, I was unable to communicate my own feelings out of the fear of losing the one intimacy that felt safe and respectful. Subconsciously, I self-sabotaged and internalized the belief that I was unworthy of being loved, that I would never be enough for any partner, especially not enough for the one I desired. I began to engage in self-destructive behaviors, specifically with alcohol and sex. I lost my identity and voice in a series of abusive relationships, as if not being alone means you aren't lonely. I focused solely on serving others, which is important work, but I was covering my real self desperate to feel accepted. Because I denied my own value and worth, I was permitting intimate partners to treat me as if I was worthless. I should have made noise, and I didn't. But I'm here now. I survived. And I believe I've survived to share a message for the greater good, for a message that's larger than my individual human life. My life is meaningless unless I create meaning from these experiences. And I want a meaningful, rich life. I don't desire being a solitary figure in a gridlocked digital nothingscape. I desire growth and connection and art and community and love. I am a survivor of cancer, sexual assault, and coercive control. I am a counselor and educator. I am a multi-instrumentalist, but vocal performance is what I live for. I am a lifelong learner, problem solver, and optimist. I am a lover of language. Nothing moves me like words. I am a visual artist who enjoys experimenting with photography and videography. I am a multi-sport athlete, my foundation for endurance, resilience, and the art of just doing it. I am an equal rights advocate. I am fueled by compassion, hope, and a love of diversity. My name is Dawn. I am a queer woman. My pronouns are she, her. I believe that love is respect, and I love you. Thank you.